Hello students, welcome to your social science class. Previously you have learned about that first chapter, that is about the Indian Constitution. Now also you learned their fundamental last topic, that last key feature of Constitution. You have learned about the secularism, and in your first unit two chapters are correlated. Now we are going to start your second chapter, that is only given about the last key feature that you have learned previously, that is about the secularism. Already you have learned meaning of secularism, that is the power of the religious power totally be separated from the state power. Fine, that is the meaning of secularism. Before starting your chapter, I just want to tell you few are the key features, few are the terms definitely you have to learn. First one, that is about the secularism, that is the separation of religion from the state. Means when the religion totally be separated from the state. Next one, about the discrimination. All of you aware about that? You know very well meaning of this word. Discrimination means when people are not given equal rights on the basis of religion, caste and sex. Means when we discriminate people on their social background, on the basis of any ground there, maybe they belong from another religion, different religion, or they belong from another casteism there, or on the basis of their sex, means gender discrimination there, on the basis of their male or female. Fine. You are aware that so many stories also given in your civics book about the story of discrimination that mainly you can see in our society. So next one, coercion. Coercion means it refers to force someone to do something, and it may be force used by the state itself against the citizen. Means when state means here country, already I told you, though India is a nation state, so that when state means our higher authorities, they will force you, that mainly the political leaders, if they force you to do something, that is known as the coercion. Fine. Next one, given about the non-interference. Non-interference means to respect the sentiments of all religious but not interfere with religious practices. Here means we should have respect all kind of sentiments, means all kind of beliefs and faiths we have about our religion. You know, in India so many religious people are living here, and they also believe on different kind of divines there, different kind of god, goddess, and different kind of trust they mainly carry on. And here nobody will interfere with that religious practices. Like those that belong from Sikh religious community, they wear pagris, but according to the Indian laws, if anybody will ride any bike, means maybe they are riding on bike, and if they not wear helmet, that time they have to pay fine there. Fine. But those that belong from Sikh community, though they give respect to their pagdis, they do not wear they should not use that helmet, and if they don't use that time they have to not pay any kind of fine there. That is the non-interference. Next one, given about the religion, that mainly we are talking about. What is the religion? Religion is the trust, our own trust, our own belief. Fine. That mainly beliefs and practices relating to the divine. It is also people's belief and opinion concerning the existence. Few are also exist on the earth. Maybe they can worship nature or any kind of divine. That is no meaning of the religion. Next one, intervene. This is the most important word. So many times you will get this keyword in your book. It refers to the state's effort to influence a particular matter in accordance with the principle of the constitution. Means it already be mentioned in our constitution. For protection of any special community or any special religion, government can give them special provision. They can give their effort to influence that particular matter. Fine, that is known as the intervene. Clear? These are the keywords. Now you have to learn features of secularism. Indian citizens are allowed to live by their own religious belief and practices. Means nobody, just like as a Hindu, as a Muslim or as a Sikh community, I can be live with my own religious belief and practices. For that, nobody can stop me for that. Next one, state will not interfere any religious matter. Next one, anyone can adopt any religion. Fine. We can celebrate any kind of religious festivals or can participate. Already I have explained this when I taught you that topic in previous chapter, the last key features of the constitution. That time already you have learned that. Now the state power is totally be separated from the religious power. Means state authority, higher authority, central government, your state government, they cannot impose any kind of restriction and they cannot make any special law for stopping that religious people for celebrating any kind of festival or for their practices, their faiths. Next one, any government organization cannot celebrate any religious festival. Fine. These are the main feature. Now we are going to the objectives. Why our constitution makers, why political leaders, they took secularism as a provision, as a key feature of our constitution. What was purpose? Mainly they try to follow by this. What about their target? What about their aim? Because already you know one reason, when we got freedom, that time India divided into two parts, India and Pakistan, only on the basis of the religion, on the ground of religion. So main objective, one religious community does not dominate other. Means just like those are more in number, if any religious community, they are more in number in our society, they cannot dominate or they cannot suppress other community on the religious ground. Now next one, some members of same community do not dominate other members of their own community. Like in Hindu also, so many social division there, so many religious division there. Few they belong from upper caste and few they also belong from lower caste, Dalit community. So that same community, means same religious group, another group, they cannot dominate over other. Fine. Just like upper caste, they cannot dominate over the lower caste or the untouchable class, because they are also be known as the untouchable class. Now the state does not enforce any particular religion and does not take away the religious freedom of individuals. Means state never will enforce any particular religion. Means state never will tell you to celebrate only single religion's festival, or they does not take from you any kind of religious freedom. You can worship any god, they will not snatch your power. Now we are going to the next topic, that is about in what ways does the Indian state work to prevent domination of a majority religious group. How they can do. The Indian state is not ruled by a religious group and it does not support any religion. You know that Narendra Modi, he is our Prime Minister. He not rule over us according to the religion. Fine. So that our state, just like you can take example of Saudi Arabia, they are only that rulers, they rule that country on the Islamic religion basis. But in our country, no, that rulers, that higher authority, they not rule our country on the basis of religion, or they also will not support any one religious group. And in India, government wings or departments cannot display or promote any one religion. They cannot celebrate any kind of festival that only particular from any special religion. Next one, Indian secularism works to prevent the domination through non-interference. Just now I gave you that example of Sikhism. Any religious people, they also follow some customs, some rituals there, so that that time government will not prevent them to dominate that. Another way of working Indian secularism to intervenes when required. Whenever any intervention required, that time they can provide the people. Next one, state may intervene in the religion-based personal laws of communities. And last one, the interventions of state can also be in the form of support. Sometimes few religious group, they are living less number in our society. That time government can provide some special provision to them for protect their belief, or for protect their practices, or for their religious faith. Fine. It is also already we mentioned in our constitution. It is not violate our constitution. Fine.